Today we come together in sorrow to mourn the loss of a man whose brilliance and creativity have left an indelible mark on the world. Jeff Baena, the writer and director whose work captivated and inspired audiences around the globe, has passed away, leaving behind a legacy that will continue to shape the industry for years to come. His sudden departure has left a deep void, not just in the world of film, but in the hearts of everyone who knew him. As we reflect on his life, we find comfort in knowing that his unique voice and vision will forever echo through the stories he told. Jeff Baena was born on, and throughout his life, he brought a sense of authenticity and wit to everything he did. From his early work in writing and directing, to his collaborations with some of the most celebrated names in cinema, Jeff's career was marked by an unwavering commitment to art that challenged norms and explored the complexities of the human experience. His films, such as mentioned key films like The Little Hours or Life After Beth, are testaments to his unique style, intelligent, darkly humorous, and deeply humane. Certainly, here's an extended version of the paragraph, expanding it to approximately 900 words. Jeff Baena's contributions to the world of film were immeasurable. He was more than just a filmmaker. He was a true visionary, someone who approached storytelling with a profound understanding of the human condition. His films were not merely works of entertainment but deep explorations into the complexities of life itself. Jeff had an extraordinary ability to blend absurdity with profound emotional depth, a rare talent that allowed him to create narratives that were as intellectually stimulating as they were emotionally evocative. His work wasn't just about telling stories, it was about challenging conventions, pushing boundaries, and inviting audiences to confront the deeper questions of existence. One of the most remarkable aspects of Jeff's filmmaking was his ability to seamlessly weave together humor and pathos. He understood that the most powerful stories often lie in the space between joy and sorrow. His films captured the absurdity of life without ever losing sight of its emotional depth. With a sharp wit and a keen eye for the intricacies of human relationships, Jeff painted a vivid picture of the ways in which people navigate love, loss, identity, and personal growth. He explored the messy, complicated nature of existence, never shying away from the discomforts that come with being human. In doing so, he created characters and stories that felt real, even when they were at their most surreal or outlandish. Jeff's films weren't merely for entertainment, they were windows into the soul. His writing and direction allowed audiences to see themselves in the characters he created, whether they were dealing with the heartbreak of unrequited love, the challenge of facing one's own mortality, or simply trying to make sense of the world around them. His ability to craft nuanced, relatable characters was one of his most defining qualities. Whether it was the quirky, lovable protagonist trying to find meaning in an absurd world, or the more introspective characters wrestling with their own desires and regrets, Jeff had a way of making his characters feel like real people with real struggles. It wasn't just about creating moments that elicited laughter or tears. It was about tapping into the universal truths of human nature. He didn't just entertain. He made audiences reflect on their own lives, their relationships, and their place in the world. In every project Jeff took on, he pushed the boundaries of what film could accomplish. His work was never confined by genre, and he wasn't afraid to take risks in his storytelling. He was unafraid to experiment with unconventional structures, dark humor, and surreal narratives, always trusting his audience to meet him where he was. He believed in the power of film to provoke thought and emotion, to challenge societal norms, and to break through the walls that often separate the art of filmmaking from the deeper truths of life. His films didn't just entertain. They asked questions and offered reflections that lingered long after the credits rolled. At the heart of Jeff's work was a deep exploration of relationships, how they form, evolve, and sometimes dissolve. Whether it was the strained dynamic between family members or the complexities of romantic love, Jeff's films were filled with rich, layered portrayals of human connection. He had a gift for capturing the subtleties of communication, the small gestures that define relationships, and the emotional complexities that often go unspoken. He understood that people are messy, complicated creatures, and he didn't shy away from depicting the intricacies of our interactions with one another. His characters weren't idealized figures, but flawed, multidimensional individuals trying to make sense of their own lives while navigating the complexities of their relationships. Through his writing and direction, Jeff was able to capture the full range of human emotion, joy, sadness, confusion, hope, and despair, without ever feeling contrived or forced. Jeff's exploration of identity was another key theme throughout his work. Whether it was the internal struggle of a character coming to terms with who they are, or the way in which societal pressures shape one's sense of self, Jeff's films delved deeply into the questions of identity and self-discovery. He understood that identity is fluid and often shaped by both internal and external forces, and he used his films to explore the tension between personal desires and societal expectations. His characters frequently wrestled with questions of belonging, purpose, and meaning, and through their journeys, Jeff challenged his audiences to think about their own identities and how they are formed. Perhaps one of the most remarkable things about Jeff's films was his ability to create moments of profound emotional resonance, while also embracing the absurdity of life. He had a knack for finding humor in the most unexpected places, often using absurd situations to shed light on deeper truths about the human experience. He understood that life is both beautiful and chaotic, that joy and sorrow are often two sides of the same coin. His films reflected that duality, showing that the most meaningful moments often arise from the intersection of light and dark, humor and heartache. Through his unique lens, Jeff revealed the complexities of life in ways that were both entertaining and deeply moving. Through his writing and direction, Jeff Baena touched countless lives. His work resonated with so many people, leaving a lasting imprint on the cinematic landscape. His films were more than just pieces of art. They were reflections of the world we live in, of the struggles and triumphs that make us who we are. His ability to capture the universal in the specific, to bring depth and humanity to the absurd, made his work both timeless and deeply relevant. Jeff's legacy is not just in the films he created, but in the way he made us see the world. He taught us that life, with all its absurdities and complexities, is worth exploring, and that in the process, we might just find a little bit of truth, beauty, and understanding. His films left an imprint on those who watched them, not just in terms of their entertainment value, but in the way they provoked thought, reflection, and ultimately connection. Jeff Baena's films will continue to resonate with audiences for generations to come, reminding us of the power of storytelling to explore the depths of the human soul, to challenge our perceptions, and to offer glimpses into the beauty and complexity of life itself. His work will always remain a testament to his unique vision and his unwavering commitment to telling stories that matter. Though Jeff's time with us was far too short, his impact will endure forever. He leaves behind a body of work that will continue to inspire future generations of filmmakers, writers, and audiences. His creativity, passion, and authenticity will forever serve as a beacon for those who seek to create with purpose and integrity. His influence extends beyond the screen, reaching into the hearts of those who admired him and the artists who followed in his footsteps. In the wake of Jeff's death, tributes have poured in from all corners of the industry. Colleagues, friends, and fans have expressed their admiration for his talent, his wit, and his unwavering spirit. He was a man who saw the world through a unique lens, and in doing so, he changed the way we think about storytelling. He will be deeply missed, but his legacy lives on through the films he left behind and the countless lives he touched with his work. Beyond his professional achievements, Jeff was a devoted friend and family member. He shared a deep bond with those closest to him, and it was through these relationships that his kindness, humor, and generosity truly shone. His loved ones describe him as a man with a big heart, a man who knew how to make others laugh, offer support in times of need, and always bring light into any room he entered. Jeff's passing leaves a profound emptiness in the lives of those who were fortunate enough to know him personally. Though Jeff's passing was unexpected, he was a man who faced life's challenges with resilience and grace. Those who were closest to him knew his strength, his determination, and his ability to find joy even in difficult times. His illness, which took him from us too soon, may have dimmed his presence, but it never diminished his spirit. He continued to live with a sense of humor and authenticity, inspiring those around him until the very end. As we say our final goodbyes to Jeff, we remember the joy he brought to our lives. His funeral arrangements reflect the man he was: simple, intimate, and filled with love. He requested that his service be a celebration of life, filled with music, laughter, and fond memories. We honor him today, not in sadness, but in gratitude for the time we shared with him and the incredible legacy he leaves behind. Jeff, we will miss you more than words can express. Your films will continue to inspire, your humor will remain in our hearts, and your memory will forever be a part of us. As we say goodbye today, we take comfort in knowing that your creative spirit will live on in everything you created, and in the many lives you touched. Rest in peace, Jeff Baena. You will never be forgotten.